One of the questions I get asked a lot is whether I should purchase or whether I should lease. One of the portfolios, one of the things that you have to look at is your driving habits. Obviously, one of the things that you have to understand is that when you lease a vehicle, you're only paying for a portion of the vehicle, whatever that term may be, and then there's a large balance on the end. So basically, what happens is you have a purchase price that you still want to negotiate to your best, but on a lease, you're only paying for a portion of the vehicle. You're going to return it with a certain amount of time, and you have to stay within certain mileage limits. Most people that do lease are familiar with leases, but a lot of people that aren't familiar with how leases work are the people that end up being in a program that is not right for them. So how do you protect yourself if you're considering leasing? Number one, every lease has a certain mileage limitation that you're supposed to have per year, that at the end of the lease term, when you're supposed to return the vehicle, the car should be under that mileage. Now, generally what it is, for instance, a 3-year lease, generally they come in 12 to 15,000 miles. So if you're going to lease a car, and if you drive over 15 or 12,000 miles average per year, a lease is not for you. Because what happens is you're penalized when you go to return that car. You have to pay, depending upon the lease and what the terms are, 10 to 15 cents per mile for every mile that you're over at the end of that lease. Another thing that you need to look at is how you treat your vehicles. At the end of the lease term, if that vehicle has major damage, you're going to have to pay for that as well. So is the lease right for me? Possibly if you get a new car every 3 years, 3 to 5 years, and you keep it in good condition and you drive within the mileage limitations, there can be some advantage to you to leasing. You pay less for the vehicle, but you have to keep in mind that you will not have a vehicle at the end of the lease term. You have to give it back to the leasing company at that time. So if you're a person that keeps your car 7 to 6 years, a lease is not a good option for you. You'd be better to go on a purchase. Why is leasing tempting? Because obviously it lets you in a more expensive vehicle at a more affordable payment. But you have to think down the road of your driving habits, how many miles per year that you drive, if it's within the limitations. Don't just get enticed by the lower payments to be in a nicer car, which may end up costing you a fortune in the end.